I felt stupid not to leave a tip. In France, they want to take off the tip of my head. In France, they make it sound like in America, every street corner there's somebody shooting somebody else. Here, it's just nice and peaceful and good people.
French fans arrived with the version of America they had been sold for years: dangerous streets, rude people, bad food, and constant fear. But the moment they actually walked around, that image collapsed. Instead of chaos, they found normal streets. Instead of hostility, they found help. Instead of the violent America from foreign media, they found peace, friendliness, and a country far more human than expected.
Mesdames et messieurs, we need to talk about l'Amérique. As French, we need to stop saying Vive la France and start saying Vive l'Amérique. This place is incroyable, c'est incroyable. I just had Texas barbecue for the first time in my life. Poof! Better than any moment in my life. And I am married and have 2 kids. Oh, but in France you have des crêpes, les petits pains au chocolat, les croissants. No, I give my left croissant for a Texas brisket. Don't even get me started on Costco. Costco is bigger than my village where I live. Whatever you want at Costco, it's there. You just show up and you could buy your whole life there. We need to start a revolution just to get Costco in France. I will be the first one to say I will start a revolution to quitter Costco. Les Italians, Italians, I'm sorry, but ranch makes pizza better than anything I've ever tasted. When you go to a restaurant, you leave a tip. It's because they're so nice. But my waitress, she came over and talked to us like we had known each other for years. It was like she wanted to be my best friend. And at the end, I felt stupid not to leave a tip. In France, they want to take off the tip of my head. Speaking about how nice and friendly these Americans are, I think in France, I can count on one hand how many people have smiled at me. Just normally, just smile, you know. I think my mother has smiled at me twice. Here, just going down the street, everybody says hi. Like, what do you want? What do you mean hi? What do you mean bonjour? Oh, hi.
American food was supposed to be the easiest thing to mock. Then came the brisket. Then came ranch, Costco pizza, Chick-fil-A sauce, crumbled cookies, peanut butter, and portions that felt almost impossible to finish. What began as a joke turned into a full cultural crisis. French fans were not just eating American food, they were defending it, packing it into bags, and joking about starting revolutions just to bring Costco home. But the food shock was bigger than taste. It was the entire system around it. In America, food is everywhere. Gas stations have meals. Grocery stores feel like theme parks. A restaurant portion can last 2 days. A small drink can look like a family-sized emergency supply. For visitors raised on smaller shops and slower service, American abundance felt almost fictional.
Here, everything is so big. Le Walmart, le Target, Costco, everything. I don't understand why they all exist, but I do understand why they all exist. Because, you go to one place, you get everything. Why do you need to go to Target, to Walmart, to Costco? But I understand it's like an amusement park. Going to each one is like going to Universal Studios one day, going to Disney another day. I think this is what you have with Walmart, Target. I would give my other croissant and Mbappé just to have le Walmart et Target. I'm proud to be in America. Regarde-moi ça. Look at this. Oh. No less than 20 people have stopped and said hi. I do not understand this hi. Hi, bonjour, hi. We don't have any guns in France, but if you did that in France, you would get shot. I can buy food, a shed, a tent, television, and a surfboard, all at Costco.
This became another American shock, errands as entertainment. To Americans, Walmart, Target, and Costco are normal parts of life. To visitors, they felt like attractions. You do not just shop, you explore. You walk through aisles of food, tools, clothes, furniture, electronics, camping gear, and things you did not know existed 5 minutes earlier. That is why European fans kept filming grocery stores like they were monuments, because in a way, they were not beautiful monuments, but monuments to American scale, convenience, and excess. Everything was too big, too available, too casual, and somehow too fun.
This is a normal road in America, and this is bigger than the Champs-Élysées. This car right here is called a Waymo. Waymo? C'est ça? Yeah, Waymo. And for the longest time I wondered why it was called a Waymo. It is because America has way more than the rest of the world. America has so many kids, les enfants. I think I've gone 2 years without seeing a kid in France. Sometimes in France I see people take their kids for a walk. Here, everybody has kids.
French fans flooding the U.S. for the 2026 World Cup are falling in love with America, leaving locals completely shocked. Hit subscribe now so you never miss these wild global reactions. Visiting Europeans are facing massive culture shocks, with French men wildly praising American food and our icy air conditioning. With only 25% of French homes having AC, compared to 90% in the US, it's a total game changer during this hot tournament. Plus, our friendly hello culture is melting hearts. Online, one viewer commented, "You gave us the Statue of Liberty too, thanks," while another noted saying hi, recognizes someone's existence, and a third called it simply being human. It turns out, simple courtesy and cold air are completely uniting the world.
I don't think they're gonna let you fly with that. Oh, I need to consume this every single day. So you're gonna leave all of your clothes for this?
How are you doing today? How are you doing? Why does she want to know? Is she doctor? I can't. It's too many. It's so big. I don't know. 64-ounce IPA. Your IPA is 64 ounce. How many milliliters is that? 1900 milliliters? For one? I get another one for free? I cannot smoke right here. We are outside.
Does everybody own a Tesla? Look. One. Écoute-moi. This place is hotter than anything I've ever experienced. And everybody here is telling me that this is just warming up. I am sweating in places I did not know could sweat. Oh, everywhere. Sweat is pouring out of everywhere. And if this is just preheating, I will go back to France and I will pray for America more than I've ever prayed before. What does that mean? Preheating. This is the hottest I've ever been in my life. And you're telling me it's going to get worse? The sun has been beating down on me. Oh, we need to talk about the portions. I ordered a small Coca. They brought me out a bucket of Coca. All I asked was a small. I'm glad I did not order the large, because they probably would have brought me the whole factory of Coca.
Scale became the running joke of the trip. The roads were too wide, the drinks were too large, the portions were too much, even a small Coke looked like a bucket. And then came the heat. During a World Cup summer, Europeans discovered that America does not simply get hot, it preheats. But just when the sidewalk felt impossible, they stepped inside and discovered another American miracle: icy air conditioning. To Americans, AC is background noise. To Europeans arriving in the middle of a brutal summer, it felt like a rescue operation. Outside was survival, inside was winter. Suddenly, every store, hotel, lobby, gas station, and restaurant became a cooling station.
First impressions from France-Senegal is that this feels like a family day out. It's the most Americans I've seen at a game thus far of the World Cup. I think people had France circled on their calendar as someone they wanted to see. I think the fact that it was Tuesday at 3 p.m., beautiful weather, like a midday game, school's out, a lot of families here, a lot of Americans. I would say it's almost like a 50-50 split of Americans to non-Americans, and then from there probably the other 50% is 35-40% French and 10-15% Senegalese. I'm curious how that's going to impact today's atmosphere.
You are coming from France for the match today.
Absolutely, yeah. Coming, just arrived yesterday.
Are you ready to belt Les Marseillaises later this afternoon?
Allons enfants de la patrie, le jour de gloire est arrivé.
He's got.
Before the tournament, critics said America did not care about football, but inside the stadiums, the predictions started looking wrong. Families showed up. Neutral fans showed up. Americans came to watch France, Senegal, and the global game up close. The atmosphere was not Europe, and it was not South America. It was something else. Part family day, part festival, part international meetup, and part American spectacle. Fans were not just watching a match, they were walking through a live cultural exchange where French chants, American families, Senegalese colors, stadium food, and summer weather all blended into one strange new World Cup experience.
I'm getting on here because a lot of people have been asking me why I've been walking around so much, and it's mostly because all the calories. I've had so much to eat here, that so many different things here. Le Costco hot dog, le pizza there at Costco, Little Caesars pizza. I think my favorite thing here so far has been the pizza with the ranch. Oh, it's so good, so good. But I'm actually in California now visiting a friend from university. So I'm out here just outside of San Francisco. But everybody has been so nice. I've had so many people reach out to try some of the Texas barbecue, inviting me to their homes, inviting me to different restaurants. But one thing that I was a little bit confused was after the ice conversation yesterday, a lot of people from Utah, je ne sais pas. Le cowboy, I know Utah because le red, le cowboy et tout ça, mais they talk about the soda en Utah. What is this? What is Coca-Cola? It's the same around the world, no? Everybody's been telling me I need to try Utah soda. I don't know what that is. I've had a lot of people tell me different things, but this one, it confuses me the most.
Which is £1 million in dollars?
Probably about $1.3 million.
Wait, so British people are automatically richer?
No, there's an exchange rate.
What's that? Love me! I'm about to travel to England.
No way, how many pounds have you got?
That is so offensive. Why would you ask me that?
I was gonna see if you needed to borrow any.
Did no one ever teach you it's rude to ask about somebody's weight? Love me! You have a king?
Yeah.
Like right now?
Yes.
I thought that was only in movies. Love me!
It puts a big smile on your face.
Yes.
What the freak?
It's like
what is
illusion.
It's an illusion. What's happening?
Oh my god.
Now that's my favorite marching band segment I've seen.
Yes.
Genuinely.
I've only seen another.
Oh, did you see that small detail? Look, the drummers were bending down there. See? Wow. Wow.
This is what you guys eat instead of beans on toast for breakfast?
Yep.
America does not just host events, it turns them into shows. Marching bands, halftime performances, game day rituals, and food that needs explanation all became part of the spectacle for visitors. Even breakfast could become a cultural puzzle. Pudding was not black pudding, a side dish was not mushy peas, peanut butter and jelly was not Marmite.
Alpine Scenic Loop, Utah.
Let's go.
It's only been 5 minutes and we have already stopped at a turnout because I'm sorry, but what? Look at these views. Let me zoom in for you. That is just absolutely perfect. Honestly, a dream come true. We have just stopped off at Cascade Springs, which is a slight detour, but it's this boardwalk and there's water flowing everywhere. It's so pretty. Go on, take a dip. Push her in. Push him in, Mum. Mum on the bridge. Taking it all in.
I'm getting on here because a lot of people have been asking me why I've been walking around so much, and it's mostly because all the calories. I've had so much to eat here, that so many different things here. Le Costco hot dog, le pizza, there at Costco, Little Caesars pizza. I think my favorite thing here so far has been the pizza with the ranch. Oh, it's so good, so good. But I'm actually in California now visiting a friend from university. So I'm out here just outside of San Francisco. But everybody has been so nice. I've had so many people reach out to try some of the Texas barbecue, inviting me to their homes, inviting me to different restaurants. But one thing that I was a little bit confused was after the ICE conversation yesterday, a lot of people from Utah, je ne sais pas. Le cowboy, I know Utah because le red, le cowboy et tout ça, mais they talk about the soda en Utah. What is this? What is Coca-Cola? It's the same around the world, no? Everybody's been telling me I need to try Utah soda. I don't know what that is. I've had a lot of people.
The 2026 World Cup did not just bring fans to America, it brought America face to face with the world. French fans came expecting danger, bad food, and cold people. They found peace, kindness, beauty, and food so good it became a personal crisis. So maybe the lesson is simple: do not judge America by the version you were sold. Come here, walk the streets, talk to the people, eat the barbecue, survive the heat, and then decide for yourself. Subscribe for more stories from the World Cup that the headlines completely missed.
Kept running. This tournament sits inside a cycle reportedly worth billions in revenue. More teams, more matches, more tickets, more broadcast windows, more sponsors. That was the business logic of expansion. But the same tournament now faces legal pressure over ticketing, pricing, and consumer treatment. State attorneys general and major host states have moved toward investigating FIFA's practices, demanding answers about how tickets were sold and how fans were treated. That is why this is not just a public relations headache. It is a legal and political crisis sitting underneath the football. FIFA wanted the biggest World Cup ever. But when you build an event this large with this much money across this many jurisdictions, every broken promise becomes harder to hide. Every overpriced ticket, every empty seat, every fan who cannot get in becomes part of the evidence. The deeper issue is how the tournament was built. Instead of one clean, centralized system carrying responsibility, the American side of the World Cup relied heavily on individual host city committees. Each city had its own agreements, its own costs, its own legal exposure, and its own security and transportation burdens. That structure matters because it spreads risk outward while FIFA keeps control of the global product. Cities handle infrastructure. Cities handle safety. Cities deal with the local fallout. FIFA collects from the center, and when everything works, FIFA gets to sell the spectacle. When things go wrong, the pressure lands on local organizers, local taxpayers, and local officials. That is the architecture critics are now pointing to. Not an accident, a design. A tournament built to maximize revenue while distributing responsibility across the mat. Now the group stage exits make the story impossible to ignore. 12 nations are leaving. Some were beaten cleanly. Some simply were not good enough. That is football. But others leave with a different kind of wound. Haiti without supporters. Iran with visa complaints. Iraq with staff and media disruption. Fans from African nations feeling unwelcome. These campaigns ended on the pitch, but they were shaped long before kickoff. And that is what FIFA will struggle to explain. If you invite more nations, you inherit more responsibility. You cannot use their flags in the opening ceremony, sell their stories in promotional videos, and then fail to protect their full participation when the tournament begins. Expansion without equal treatment is not inclusion, it is extraction. It takes the color, the emotion, and the global credibility those nations bring and leaves them to fight the system alone. That is why United as One now feels so painfully ironic. The alliance was supposed to represent 3 host nations, opening the door to the world. Instead, the first phase of the tournament has revealed a fractured event. Canada and Mexico producing atmosphere, American host cities dealing with enforcement politics, FIFA defending the brand, and eliminated nations carrying the emotional cost. The World Cup will continue. The knockout rounds will bring drama, goals, and television spectacles. Infantino will keep calling it historic, but every time FIFA uses that word, remember what had to be ignored to make the picture look clean. Fans told they were not wanted, staff denied entry, ticket allocations disrupted, teams eliminated after campaigns that never felt equal from the start. The alliance did not collapse in one dramatic announcement. It collapsed one border decision, one empty section, one ignored complaint at a time. So here's a question. Which eliminated nation suffered most from the political environment around this World Cup? Was it Haiti, whose long-awaited return came without the support it deserved? Was it Iran, dealing with visa and logistics disputes? Was it Iraq, whose campaign was touched by border and access problems? Or is the answer bigger than one country? FIFA promised the world a tournament united as one. What it delivered for too many nations was a tournament divided by access, money, and power. Drop your take below because the knockout rounds may be starting, but this story is far from over.